Howdy friends, this is my copy of Mega Man 5 that I just picked up recently. They cleaned it at the store for me when I got it, but let's just give it a... Oh, not working yet. Let's take a look here. Got the death grip on this 72-pin connector that I just replaced a couple years ago. It worked okay at first, but it's been... Yeah, it's a freshly cleaned game. Let me do my own cleaning on it and see if I can get it to work. Looks good. Looks clean. Just got to clean it up again, see if it's going to help at all. All right, freshly cleaned with some rubbing alcohol. Let's wiggle it in there. Nothing. Thankfully, I bought a solution. All right, disconnected my NES. And what we have here to install today is the NintenDrawer from Blue Shell 3D. Got a little extra faceplate to customize it a little bit, instructions. But here is the NintenDrawer itself. So it's all one piece instead of having a tray mechanism with a separate 72-pin connector. It's all in one piece of hardware. We're going to install it right now. Use a little editing magic to open this guy up. Boom. That was fun, but really it's just 6 Phillips head screws on the bottom. No fancy screwdrivers necessary. Just a regular skinny long Phillips head will do. And 6 screws. But now we have this RF shield to take off to get to the drawer mechanism, which is not too difficult. Just need to make sure that we get all the screws before we try to pull it off. Don't forget these over here. And we'll just speed it up instead of doing the editing magic this time. Again, just regular Phillips head screws, no special tools necessary. And that should pop right off. And there's the RF shield gone. Now this is the tray and drawer mechanism along with the 72-pin connector on the back. There's 6 screws holding it in place, and we're just gonna do another quick little magic trick to remove those screws. There we go. So easy. Editing is just magic. And then the tray should slide forward with relative ease off the 72-pin connector. Just kind of wiggle it off here. Boop. There we go. This is the original drawer tray, whatever you want to call it, with the up and down mechanism. It's fun to play with. But this is partially why these front-loading NESs don't always get the best connection. Now we just need to pull off the 72-pin connector. Just be careful not to bend the PCB too much. If that cracks, you got a much more serious problem on your hands. It should just slide back relatively easily. You might need to lift it up just a little bit to get over these 2 tabs in the back. Oop. There we go. There's the pins. Looks very much like the inside of a cartridge. And that is where the 72-pin connector will slide on and connect with the cartridge itself. This is also a good opportunity if you haven't opened your NES ever or in a while to do any cleaning necessary. I cleaned mine relatively recently, so that won't be necessary. Here's the NintenDrawer. Here is the connector on the back. You can see it looks very much like the 72-pin connector that was there, only it's now all one piece of hardware. Right down here at the bottom, that's where we want to slide it onto the pins on the PCB. Top part slides forward to assist with ejecting the cartridge, and it's got a nice satisfying little magnetic click when you push the cartridge in. I forgot one thing. We're gonna pop off this NintenDrawer logo and pop in our custom faceplate here. Not really custom, it's just one of the options that they had available. Cost an extra $5. Definitely thought it was worth it. Just line it up here and pop it in. There we go. Looks great. I love it. Now kind of the trickiest part of this is slightly lifting up the PCB and sliding, kind of shimmying on that bottom connector onto the pins. Just gotta line it up. Shimmied in there. See the screw holes are not lined up just yet. Once you get it shimmied in there enough and the holes line up, that's when, yeah, it's definitely off center here. So just shimmy it in. Once you see those those screw holes line up, you're good to go. There we go. There we can see those screw holes line up now. Keep in mind, on the NintenDrawer, it only takes 4 of the 6 screws that were holding on the original drawer, so you will have 2 screws left over. Let's screw it in. There we go. Keep in mind, the 2 back screws are underneath the sliding mechanism, so you'll have to move that forward to get those 2 in. This is also a good opportunity when it's in this state to give it a good test before you reassemble everything. I'm not going to bother doing it. Watch out for these wires over here that you don't pinch them when you're reattaching the RF shield. Now we're just going to add the screws back in to keep that RF shield in place. One more editing magic trick for you, and we are pretty much done. Everything looks good in there, nice and solid. This is where the cartridge is going to slide in and out. The NintenDrawer does not travel up and down like the original drawer does. It keeps it connected very similarly to a top-loading NES, which is why it's such a stable connection. So let's hook everything back up and give it a try. This is my first time plugging this back in and turning it on. Here's my game. Same game we used before that did not work. Let's try it. So you can see it does not travel up and down. So this right here is what it looks like when it's fully inserted. So you'll be able to see the cartridge, see the front of it. It does slide out, so it's easier to pull. A little bit of a grip, but not nearly the same type of death grip that you would have with a replacement 72-pin connector. In there nice and snug, slides in and out. And look at that, first try. I've actually never played Mega Man 5 before, so I'm going to give this a quick run. One of the other issues that I would have with the 72-pin connectors, even if I did get the game to boot up, it would often end up freezing on me a minute or 2 into playing the game. So this, hopefully, is going to be a lot more stable. All right, so don't make fun of me here. This is, again, ooh, low gravity. That's fun. This is the first time I've ever played this game, so leave me alone. Oh, wow. Okay. This game looks great. It feels so good to have such a stable connection to the cartridge where I don't have to worry about accidentally moving it even the slightest bit and interrupting that connection. It works. Gets a thumbs up from me, NintenDrawer.